holy shit. Oh, man. Did anyone think this was gonna happen? I mean, when you think about it, it's plausible. I mean, yeah, it makes sense that this was going to happen on a marketing standpoint, and I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, DC and Boom are collaborating for the third time in a very short moment. Yeah, so currently, their first crossover is between Lumberjanes and Gotham Academy. We've got that crossover going. And that came out, I think, yeah, just about a month ago. Next, the next crossover we have is between Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes in February 2017, which I still think is the weirdest thing, Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes. But before that, what we get in January of next year is Power Rangers and Justice League crossing over. Let that sink in for a moment. Justice League is teaming up with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment, people. Just gravitate for a moment. Just give yourself a moment. I didn't think this was possible, and it's kind of funny because I was joking about a week or so ago, back with my buddy Alexander Anayas, and we were joking, and we were talking about all the crossovers, Saban could do with Boom. I mean, Boom and Saban could do with other people, and I said, hey, how about a Justice League crossover? That'd be fun. And I was like, I was joking. I didn't think that was possible. But here's the thing. Unlike Toho, who has forbid IDW to cross over, Toho forbid IDW from crossing over Godzilla with other titles. They're very protective of their title. Whereas Saban clearly is just like, yeah, do it. Now, obviously, this is probably for a marketing thing because, yeah, in 2017, we're getting both a new Power Rangers film and the Justice League film. We're getting those two films in the same year. So probably what happened is DC went over, because how the article I read was spun, is that DC approached Boom with the idea. They walked over to Boom Studios and said, hey, you guys want a crossover? And Boom said, yeah, we want a crossover. You get a crossover. So that's probably how it went, is that, yeah, it's probably for marketing because, yeah, we got, Justice League and Power Ranger movies coming out, so it would make sense to kind of build that up. That was kind of the reasoning behind the Transformers Avengers movie, the Transformers Avengers crossover, because in 2007 it was kind of them marketing for the Transformers film as well as Spider-Man 3. I know, that was... I know, it's a little strange, but that was kind of the major thing behind that was one of the major things behind the Transformers New Avengers crossovers, because, yeah, Spider-Man 3 and Avengers came out in the same year. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Spider-Man 3. I know they were doing a Marvel film, it was 2000... Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so, yeah, it's, again, marketing, but that's smart. Now, the writers of this comic will be the writer of this comic will be Tom Taylor, who most of you guys know best for doing the Injustice comics, as well as he's currently the writer on All New Wolverine. He's doing Laura's story, and yeah, I think Tom Taylor's pretty good. I think he also did Deathstroke for a short time, if I'm not mistaken. He wrote Deathstroke for a short time before that series ended. Yeah, I think he's a good pick. Most of the Justice League characters he wrote were villains, but still, I think it's a cool idea. Now the story is, as far as we know, the story is about Zack, who has been accidentally Zack, the Black Power Ranger. He has been teleported to, he's been teleported to the DC universe by accident. Something has pulled Zack out of the command center during a teleportation, and something has pulled him to the DC universe, and now the rest of the Rangers have to go into the DC universe to rescue him. However, the Justice League ain't happy about this. So, yeah, we're finally getting the teenagers with attitude teaming up with, Earth's greatest heroes. Yeah. Can you imagine what we're going to get out of this? A whole lot of awesome is what. Honestly, I want to see Billy hang out with, Cyborg and Atom. I want to see Billy do science shit with Cyborg and Atom. I want to see, Superman hang out with Jason. And god damn it, do I want to see... I know, I really don't like it when heroes fight, but come on. Batman versus Tommy. Green Ranger versus Batman. Come on, I'm not the only one who wants this. Tommy versus the Green, I almost said Tommy versus Green Ranger. That kind of happened in Mighty Morphin. But no, Batman versus Green Ranger, or, Tommy hanging out with Batman. Come on! Kimberly and Trini, hanging out with Wonder Woman. Zack and... I'm trying to think of who would be a good match for Zack. Maybe Guy Gardner, because they're both very jokey and all that. Or Flash. Yeah, Zack and Flash hanging out. Now, on the cover, I wasn't able to find a cover, but the image shows on the Justice League side, we see Green Lantern, Cyborg, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. There's probably going to be more Justice League members. Now, they haven't said who's the villain behind this, but I would love it to see, Darkseid and Zed, or Darkseid and Rita team up. I know Darkseid's like a very generic villain to use for DC crossovers, but come on. I want to see Rita and Zed, encounter Darkseid and be like, oh, shit. I thought we were... No, he's worse. But yeah, I think this is really cool. I want to see, the Justice League encounter the Zords. I want to see, the Justice League team up with the Zords. I want to see, I'll not team up with the Zords, but, their thoughts on the Zords, whoa. Now, the big thing is that while the Power Rangers do have a lot of abilities and, weapons, they're still, they're still a little, the Justice League's has a edge over them in power-wise, power and skill-wise. They're still teenagers, but on the other hand, a lot of their weapons are magical. They're magically enhanced, kind of, cosmic. It always differs in the dub. But yeah, I want to see, I don't want this to be a Justice League story with the Power Rangers standing around and go, wow, they're so powerful, and vice versa. I want to see, with all crossovers, I always want to see both sides, excel together. I want to see them get equal amount of screen time. As much as I loved Batman TMNT, it felt a lot more like a Batman story with the TMNT standing around. It felt more like that. It felt sometimes more like a Batman story than a Batman TMNT crossover. It's still good, but it does kind of favor one over the other sometimes. Green Lantern and Star Trek. Green Lantern and Star Trek equally showed both sides. And I like that. Yeah. So hopefully this can be both a Justice League and Power Rangers story. That's all I really want, is a Justice League and Power Rangers story. That's kind of what I'm shooting for, is just give me that. I'd love to, there's so many characters I'd love to see meet, I'd love to see the Justice League in the command center. I'd love to see, there's so many things I'd love to see of characters hang out, like Black Canary training with Trini or Kimberly. There's so many things, I'd love to see Green Arrow and Kimberly have a archer off, or archery off. I don't know, shoot arrows at targets and see who's better at it. There's the word, because I can't talk today. Yeah. It probably won't happen, but that would be a kick-ass alternate cover. And you know how DC and a lot of independent companies love their, especially IDW. I know this isn't IDW, it's Boom, but still, they love their alternate covers, don't they? They just love their alternate covers. So maybe you have an alternate cover of, Kimberly and Green Arrow standing back to back, standing side by side with arrows drawn. Oh, that'd be an awesome cover. Yeah, I'm just so frickin' excited for this. I didn't think this was possible, but Saban was like, yeah, in the interview it said Saban was like, wow, really? Justice League and Power Rangers? Absolutely. Now, this isn't the first time Power Rangers have crossed over with other properties. They did a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Next Mutation, with Power Rangers in Space. That wasn't a good episode. That wasn't a good crossover. But we also had, in a comic, of Power Rangers Turbo teaming up with Big Bad Beetleborgs. And there was also a Mighty Morphin VR Troopers crossover. I never watched VR Troopers, so sorry. But yeah, there's been a few, and Justice League's obviously had a plethora of crossovers, so I am more than excited to see this go down. Of finally seeing, I'm so hyped right now. This will be a 6-issue crossover, and I am so hyped for this. Anyway, so you guys tell me, What do you guys think of the Power Rangers crossing over with Justice League? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? Who do you want to see meet, and who do you want to see fight? And what villains do you want to see collaborate with, like Rita and Zed, if they're in here? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.